Welcome to the Live Lift Play podcast. I'm your host Stephen Kinsa, and today I'm actually out of FSM and I'm down at Catalyst Coffee with Luke and Ross. Poor Nathan is sick, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Underslept.
Underslept, overworked. Yeah.
Okay. So, firstly, why am I in a coffee shop? Well, I'll start off with why I know about you guys is Lee. Big Northsider Lee comes in here and he's been going on about, have you been to Catalyst yet? And I was like, well, he's not selling it the way he speaks it. So, and then eventually came down and I was like, actually, that's a decent cup of coffee. Yeah. Actually, a fairly decent cup of coffee. You even put it on Instagram my Husky cup. Yeah. Getting there. So we're here with Luke and Ross, and the main thing that we want to do today is talk about, like, obviously as business owners, you're environmentally conscious, you're vegan friendly, you're dog friendly, you sell retail, you gotta do more than the average coffee shop from my standard.
Well, yeah, we wanted to
welcome to the show, lads, by the way. I think I introduced you.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted to incorporate two of them.
Yeah.
And we wanted to...
Well, tell about the section 5 we're planning.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so it's actually funny, right? We obviously wanted to set up a coffee shop.
Yeah.
First. And we knew we wanted to get going ASAP. Like, once I finished my degree. Like, I finished in May.
Yeah.
We wanted to get it going as soon as. We don't wait around. So this shop, this unit that we've actually moved into, it was listed as a retail unit.
Yes.
So it's a retail unit to the council. And for us to change that to a cafe would have taken 6 months, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 months. Or is it 6 months? Like 3 months or something. A lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of time that we didn't have, because we knew we needed to get open and we wanted to get open and start trading and bring this ethos and bring all this to the town of Bray, because we knew it needed it. So we wanted to get it going ASAP. And to change the plan, the change of use would have taken a long time. So what we did was we kept this coffee shop as a retail unit. So that wall is essentially just to satisfy the council.
Yeah.
But we've embraced it so much now, and it's intertwined in what we do in this business, and it's part of us now.
Yeah.
We always say that, like, so I'd be the coffee guy, Ross is the media guy, Nathan's the food guy.
Yeah.
But where we all kind of meet is this, like,
this
sustainability and this environmental eco-consciousness.
Where did this come from? As in, like, you wanted to open a coffee shop, you wanted to make sure it was environment. Is this just like you guys?
It was
it
was just second nature to us to have it as green as we could and as environmentally conscious as we could. I don't know why that is. I don't know if we've been subconsciously influenced by what we're seeing on social media, because whatever happened, it's working. Because
for me, anyway,
for you,
Thailand
experience,
last year, on beaches and stuff like that, and I was over in Thailand last August, and the beaches over there were covered in plastic.
Okay.
And you're paying big money to go over. Obviously, flying over isn't the most environmentally friendly thing, but people travel, and, like, I thought in other ways that I was, like, bringing down my impact on the environment, but that was a huge impact to me last summer.
Yeah.
Before that, I would have been very conscious. Like, don't know when it happened. Don't know. I think it was actually when I went back to college. I started, like, hearing about it more.
Yeah.
And it was embedded in my head. I started to cut down on plastic, kind of subconsciously, just not buying, like, a bottle, and, like, having a coffee in a coffee shop, like taking 5 minutes.
I always try to have coffee.
Yeah.
Just small things, like, that's it.
It's
and,
these
like,
small things,
going back to, like, our retail wall, like, we, like, as Luke was saying, like, we were always going to have our retail products, and we had, like, a small kind of section of stuff we wanted to sell, like our keep cups, our toothbrushes and stuff like that. But then when it was kind of forced upon us to have more, it worked out well, because we realised, right, there's some products that we were using, but there was a lot of products that we weren't using, and it forced us to start using them ourselves.
The business, like, it's like
good. Like, it's not a negative thing at all.
Yeah.
It was all positive. Like,
and it's a good way that worked out, because that happened with us. We went into a building and we were asked for planning, even though the business before us was a gym. And we moved into a gym because I knew about planning. I was like, well, obviously I'm going after the place that closed down, so I'll move in there.
Oh, nice.
Turns out they never asked for planning, and then the council came up to me and I had to go through all that, and that was a pain in.
So essentially what we have with the council is a Section 5 agreement that allows us, basically, we've, like, agreed that, like, we're keeping the shop as a retail unit, but we're also going to do coffee. So we're in, everything we're doing is like legit.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing how we're literally half a coffee shop, half a sustainable retail store.
Yeah.
And you see that with our sales, and you see that with everything.
And even with people coming back
In the clientele.
Yeah.
with the products, they're helping people. There's so many girls and lads buying like the likes of the chili bottles and just reusing them. Keep cups.
Yeah.
The keep cups we've sold like
That's amazing.
200. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 orders, so 200-ish keep cups. Like
Yeah.
that's gonna
And we
save
have
an
another
awful
order
lot.
on the way. These
Yeah.
husky cups
These
that
ones.
you
Yeah.
have right there. Yeah, we
Yeah.
sell them as keep cups with a lid on it. I think Lee might have bought a few actually.
Lee probably has.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is
He's
like
a good
that's the
customer, literally.
that's the
You love that.
Yeah.
that's the kind of positive feedback that we get, and that's like the
Yeah.
it's sort of like the reward that we get at the end of the day. Like, whereas I know it's a business and we're essentially businessmen and we want to create a business, we want to create a brand, but we wouldn't do it in a way that like other companies have done it. Like we could get in like price and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we went and spent like more money on compostables.
Yeah.
Compostables obviously aren't a solution, so we knew that with like our orange juice,
Yeah.
our iced coffees and all, we were trying to like come up with ways that we could serve them. Yeah.
So we opted for the glass
Glass.
to sell our orange juices,
Yeah.
our iced coffees, our cold brews, like as much glass as we can. 'Cause,
Well, I actually
We
noticed
can
that
reuse it,
I was in
like-
Berlin there a few weeks ago, and in Berlin, it's even the supermarkets, you bring back all your glass bottles, you get money back in your glass
Yeah,
bottles.
great.
Amsterdam and all
Like,
that.
why aren't we doing that? And then
Yeah, I know.
what I was telling you earlier, when I was talking to Cara yesterday, that Ireland produces more plastic waste from water bottles than England.
Yeah.
And we're
yeah,
what?
yeah.
A fraction of the
Fraction,
population.
Yeah, we're literally.
That's nuts. That's just
Same
crazy. And in all fairness, we sell water. As I was saying earlier, we sell water in the gym. Like, people come in,
Yeah.
they'll never. It's just they come in. It's a coffee in a paper cup,
Yeah.
and it's a water bottle as well.
Yeah.
And every time, and I'm just like, okay, we provide for what they're looking for, but
Yeah.
never once started thinking, well, why aren't they doing it differently? And then only in the
Yes.
last couple of weeks is where I've really
Yeah,
started
yeah,
kind of
so
thinking,
think
how can we make
yeah.
FSN more sustainable?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Yeah, and
environmentally
you know,
friendly.
and it's great. What happens is you're faced with a decision. Then, do I choose planet or profit?
Yeah.
As a business owner, we've come to learn this. We're constantly faced with these decisions, and that trickles down to the greater society then, because then the people are also faced with these decisions. Do I pick planet or profit?
Yeah.
And I guess if they see business owners doing it, maybe they get on board with it more.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
that
like-
could be a positive.
But I also get from the business point of view, like when you're making a decision, well, I have to charge more here now for this,
Yeah, absolutely.
or man, I could really make a markup here if I go.
Yeah,
If I just
absolutely.
sure, it's not as bad, and you can see that. Like, I know for what we're going to be doing, we have to increase. Like, we sell €1 coffee.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm not never trying to rip off a member. I just
Yeah.
want them to. I love coffee. Want to have trained and want to sell to my members.
It's like
But
a
just-
natural kind of.
Yeah, it's just more of a
stimulant for them.
Yeah,
to train with,
and it's better that than a can of Monster.
exactly.
in my opinion,
Absolutely,
anyway.
yeah,
Lord.
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, that comes out. And how have you been faced with kind of those, kind of like when you're looking at like, we have to charge more here to offset this, or how, like, obviously there's going to be that kind of
Yeah, so
argument, because when it comes to financially, you're trying to you run a business, you want to be
absolutely, yeah.
financially sustainable
Sustainable.
yourself,
Sustainable,
you
yeah,
know.
that way. So, yeah. So with the glass was one big thing. That was something that I brought it up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was going to be a good idea. I remember looking into it, thinking, right, and I put forward to the lad saying, like, right, we can get the glass, opt for the glass. It's double, actually, wasn't it?
Literally double.
Yeah,
price.
double the price of the compostable cups. But then I was thinking of a way, like, how can we get that in back? How can we, like, get that profit back up?
Yeah.
Instead of charging more, we opted for asking people to bring the glass back.
Yeah.
So, we bought X amount of trays of the jars
Yeah.
for iced coffees. Let's say we've bought 100 jars. We've sold 2,000 iced coffees. They're in circulation, and they continue to be in circulation. So that
It's a funny thing that's happened, right?
being used, like, yeah.
If you were to give someone a compostable takeaway iced coffee,
Yeah.
that can only ever be used once, because you're not going to wash the plastic thing, right? But what we found out, literally half the people sit in here and have the coffee. another 20% bring it back. So we're only losing about like whatever
Yeah.
that 30%.
And even that's a good, like, just from pure business, is that is an incentive for a client to come back. A customer,
Yeah,
I say
that's
clients,
another
but
thing.
customers
Yeah.
to come back in because they have the glass
Yeah.
bottle. I mean to
Exactly,
drop it
yeah.
back. I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
another one when I get here.
And you get a discount.
And I'm
They get a
Sorry,
discount
yeah,
on
so
the next
it's a
one.
discount.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So when they bring one back, they get a 20% discount.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because it's like, right, we'll reward you, we'll reward us.
Yeah.
So you're doing us a favour as well. And like, plus there was a big thing as well for the glass jars for Instagram. Like the
Yeah.
compostable ones don't look great on Instagram.
Yeah.
A glass jar with ice and a straw looks
and
savage
a-
on Instagram.
Yeah, and a bit of
And-
mint as well.
And a
Yeah.
bit of mint
Fresh.
on top. That's what we thought would look cool, quirky, and yeah, it
And it
worked.
worked. It definitely worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it stands you out from all the other, like, it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
Bray is a very unique hub in regards to it has, I think, 11 gyms, different types of training centers.
Is it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it
it's
has
my-
like 30 pop shop stuff. You know?
It has, I don't know how many coffee shops, pharmacies, and it's not a coffee shop, pharmacy, shoe shop, it's a gym. But when you came into Bray, like there's the big chains, just Costas, there's Starbucks, and then there's the more independent ones.
Oh yeah.
How did you feel, kind of like your confidence level coming in and trying to, right, we're going to open up a coffee shop, we have to, like, how do you see, you're standing out from the crowd by what you do and what you offer,
Yeah,
but
just
that
so-
could have
so
been
much
like, when
confidence.
I opened up in Bray, I was like, well, it's because I'm from Bray
Same.
and I have to make it work in Bray, and that's just all I have to do. I don't think I could do it if I moved to Dunleary because I'm not known in Dunleary and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
would you be, that was the kind of same
Yeah,
thing for you
exactly.
guys?
I was just confident being in Bray, being my hometown.
Yeah.
Same with Nathan.
I see. I'm
Just
not.
confident. I knew the town and I knew what the town needed. Like, so we serve specialty coffee here. It's basically coffee that's like sourced and has a high grade, and it's like really, really good quality coffee.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 out of whatever. Let's say there's 30 in the town. Out of that 30, there's only about 3 that do specialty coffee. It's us, Copper and Straw up the road, and I think Maison Molly have specialty with their Badger and Dodo. So I knew that Bray needed one more specialty place. I knew I was from Bray. I knew this would work. I was just had utmost confidence in it. And then when this started, when we started really thinking about the eco stuff and the eco-conscious and the sustainable stuff, we just all clicked. We're like, no, this is what our town needs.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what,
We thought
this is
we
what
were-
every town needs.
Yeah.
But Bray is such a big town that it needs a hub like
It's
this.
one of the most populated towns in the country.
Fourth
Yeah.
biggest
Fourth
town in the
biggest
country.
in the
Yeah,
country,
so, and that was another thing when I was looking at stuff, was like population per capita for
Mhm.
where I am, for the amount of gyms. It's like,
Yeah.
I only need so many clients.
Yeah. Oh no,
And
like we got
that's
told.
sustainable.
Remember, we put in our loan application to Microfinance Ireland,
Yeah.
and they rang me and they said, Bray was a dying town, so fuck Microfinance Ireland.
I'll keep that in.
Yeah.
Don't put that.
They said that it was a dying town. The population was
Yeah.
lowering, even though we did our research, it was hiring
Yeah.
to bits, and
Yeah.
it's set to by like whatever it was, like
2020 or 2030 or something.
30
I
or
don't know.
something like that.
50,000.
Yeah, up to like 50,000, which is it was like
Substantial amount.
yeah 20%, was it 20% or 10%, something like that.
Bray's
yeah.
interesting though, because you look at the numbers like that, you're like, oh my god, so many people. But a lot of people obviously commute to work and leave.
Yeah,
So
But
you
it-
can't rely much on numbers. You just kind of have to go with it as well.
yeah, like a lot of people come to us from far and wide as
Yeah.
well. Like there's a couple in earlier from
Lucan, you
what's
want?
small dog? Yeah, it's from where's she from?
Lucan, no?
Lucan. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I
just
said
said
that 3
Lucan.
times.
Lucan, yeah, Lucan.
No, it's not.
And
Yeah, so like
I think that you like one piece of advice I was always given when I first opened the gym on the seafront. I was like, oh, it's the best destination. I was like, it's not. Sorry, best location. And then I was told it's not location, it's destination.
Yes.
If you're good enough, people go out of their way. Like we've members that come from Fearhouse.
Yeah, you see.
really,
They drive
yeah,
past
That's what
every
it is.
single gym on the way.
Is that a
we-
lot? Yeah.
All just to get to my gym on a
That's
daily
the same,
basis.
isn't it?
I have kids that their parents are in different gyms around Dublin
Yeah.
and Wicklow, and they will only
That's
send their
still
kids to
cool.
train with
Wow.
me.
Like I used to go to
What is
the
that?
gym.
There's some saying, it's like build a fortress in the people's home or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
There is something that.
Especially with something being like feeling like home, like I was saying,
Yeah.
SPG and Tala. I used to train out there.
Yeah.
My cousin trains there, but like it was like it was a community-based gym.
Yeah.
Even if you're outside of the community, which an awful lot of people, like Michael's and Strong, Kilbetter, trains out there, and that's something that like is needed anywhere you go.
Yeah,
you need to
that's
feel
what we're
like,
trying to do here as well. So remember we were talking earlier about these gigs that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like the 3 pillars of this business is like community building, like quality to like product, and just like good service, like nice
service
people.
and a brand.
That's perfect.
As well.
They're like
they all
pillars
tie in.
that kind of build up this business. I guess it's good for all business to base
It
on.
is, yeah, and that's the way it works. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back. To you, we'll be back in a split second. For us, we'll be back in a few minutes. All right.
Oh no.
All right. And we're back. As I said, it was a second for you guys, and it was a couple of minutes for us.
Like a lifetime for us.
Lifetime for the lads. So, a few things I want to kind of just get down on in regards to business is you've been open now how long?
Just over 3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
The first time I looked at your Instagram, it was like 1,000 and something followers, and now it's over 3,000. So your content's doing the job. People are talking. The growth is going well. Do you find that that's? Are you getting a little bit like? Is there going to be a lull? Or are you literally on a nice rise, or how are you finding the business aspect of running the business?
Yeah, like I try not to. I try not to look at the followers.
Yeah.
Like I have a big love-hate relationship with Instagram.
Yeah.
I try to stay off my own Instagram during the day as much as possible, and then I try to just put up on the Catalyst one with what has to go up. And I understand you have to write back to people. You have a business to run, and it's always nice to be nice. So if someone gives us their time, we like to give back their time as well.
But that doesn't need to be immediate. Where people, I used to find like, oh no, I need to get back to this person. Now it's like, if I'm back to them within 24 hours, I'm happy with that now. I used to be like,
I know, because like it is like you can spend too much time on it, like you really can.
For sure.
And the followers aren't your end all, like the people that come through the door.
That's what I was going to say. Take it with a pinch of salt, because it's really the people on the ground and the people you see every day who make the difference, who make the business.
Yeah.
And it's the weekend, so throughout the weeks, it's kind of regulars, same faces. It's been great getting to know so many people.
I was just gonna say, like we've met some great friends.
Yeah.
Like we have. Like, like we've met loads of people.
So it's great seeing them during the week, and then the weekend is just a different buzz because you never know who's coming out.
Yeah.
Who's making that coming to Catalyst part of their routine. Like we had people from Clondalkin come out there a couple of weeks ago. We've had people from all sorts swords there today actually.
So an awful lot of people come from like Blackrock, from Killiney area, from Cabinteely. Like there's just from all walks.
Like what we said earlier, people will travel for something that catches their eye, that it's inviting, it's where they want to be.
We used to travel. We used to travel for good coffee, like as far as Hatch and Glasgow, Dunleary for 2 beans and everything like that. Even Happy Pear for us would have been good coffee.
That would have been a big one for myself.
So where we are, we would have to travel. We always had to travel for good coffee. Yeah. Until Cop and Straw opened, and then finally we opened.
And then as a business owner, like, so again, this is your first business?
First, absolutely, yeah. We're all fresh out of college, different work, different jobs.
College to do this.
So it mightn't have hit you yet, but it definitely hit me. I've been doing fitness for 17 years. I've had a few different companies for running them for different people. FSM's the first time I got my own.
Your own, baby.
But there is a thing is that when no one sees behind the scenes, no one sees everything that goes on behind. They come in, it's a smiley face. Hey, how's it going? Like I know Susan, my fiance came in and she was third in queue, and by the time she got up there, I don't know which one of you guys it was, but the latte was ready because you knew her face.
We always join.
You know what I mean? And she was like that to her was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, like we always try. Like Luke's very good at knowing orders.
Yeah.
Like I try to pop out sometimes if there's a queue. Like I'll pop out, grab orders off people.
Yeah.
Because it is daunting. Like you walk in the front here, it's a small shop.
Always
it can be 4 people, but like it will only be a minute and a half, and we'll have your coffee ready.
Yeah. I take pride in like remembering people's orders. I really try my best to try to remember names, orders, and just because it just makes them feel like
it's not a convertible.
Yeah, it's not a convertible. There's a face. There's a business. There's a person. There's a human behind this machine that is like the business.
Yeah.
And
I guess you don't get it much other places.
with the next question would be then for you guys is those days, like I know I've sat in my office and I've even done videos on it where the company was, I was struggling to pay the staff.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I'd have to go onto the floor and I'd have to be coach.
Yeah.
And they don't care. Like, well,
Yeah.
I don't want to let them know that
They don't
because
know,
they're like,
exactly.
oh, well, he's not doing well now.
Yeah.
That was like, I think 3 years ago was our worst moment, and I was like, we literally were breaking even every month, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Wasn't training. I was actually gaining weight. It was like the fat coach. I was like, that's not good. And those days when have you had them yet, where you're like stressed beyond belief? And then you have to come in here and you have to be, hey guys, who's up for
Oh
coffee?
yeah, like all the time. We put a
Nothing
lot of
financially yet. Like
Thank God,
we're still doing like pretty well, and we're very happy with how everything's going.
Yeah.
But mentally, it's very draining because I have so we're in here 12 hours. So let's say on Monday we'll do 6:30 to 6:30.
Yeah.
So we have 12 hours of because it's your business. You need to put on this extra kind of front that you wouldn't do for any other business.
Yeah.
Because you're selling yourself as well.
Yeah.
It's not just Catalyst, the brand, and the logo. It's literally
It's the barista behind the machine.
Yeah.
It's whoever's on
It's
the
everything,
till.
and you gotta interact with people. You gotta talk to people because there's not enough human connection
Yeah.
in life.
Like when I go
as
into
there is. So we
yeah.
try our very best to always say something like, "Have a great day. Have a good day. Enjoy your Monday. Whatever." All this sort of stuff.
And then there's so many other there's so many other days where with our regulars and with the people, our friends and who we've gotten to know, like we enjoy chatting. We enjoy when like our mates come in
When
here.
my mates come in, I love it because it lets me kind of plug out for a couple of minutes. I can just kind of sit with them and crack the jokes that I never say to any of the customers.
Well, we have a lot that like we have some people that come in here and like they brighten up their day. And I think we brighten up theirs. Like there's a few times where
symbiotic relationship.
Someone would just come in, their hair would be down, flat white latte, and you'd get chatting to them, and by the end of it, they're walking out smiling. And as weird as it sounds, like it's a good feeling knowing that you might have helped someone's day, you might have brightened up their day.
You never
And
know
like
what's happening.
that's more than like any amount of cash to me. Is like
pretty good.
Is just having that like.
And I think the flip of that is because you have that, is in you're helping, like you're giving people a bit of their day where they don't have to deal with stuff, or they get to vent, or they get to talk.
Exactly, yeah.
And as you said, it's not about the cash, but that will turn itself into cash because
That's
of
the weird thing,
a recurring customer.
it's a recurring customer. Like, and we have that. I have that all the time. Like, I recently just took on a client who literally can't afford our gym.
Yeah.
And I did a deal with her, and I don't do deals with anyone, but her circumstances was enough to make me go, right, I think I'm going to do this, but there's a bit of ebb and flow. But again, I don't know, you don't know who's coming through the door, what they've gone through, and if you're in a stinker behind there, coffee, and you get that in other places, in other gyms, like you can go into a big budget gym and walk in, and the guy behind the counter is not getting paid much, hates his job, he's cleaning more than he's doing coaching. I was like, look, can you help me with this? Yeah.
Grabbing it,
that thing.
So
but you don't, like, if I'm paying for a service, I expect a decent service, and if I get more than that back, I'm going to talk about it. Like I've emailed, and there was when the Starbucks opened down the road, there was a woman there, and I remember her service manner was unbelievable. She was only there for a couple of months, but I actually emailed them saying, your staff member here in Bray is amazing, and I think she needs credit due. And then there's been people there that remember one guy was like, seriously, you should not be front of house. You're not either. What do you want?
Yeah, absolutely. Like even there's one thing that always stays with me is I was in IDT for a while, and there was a bloke in the canteen there, and he was great crack. Like he'd always just be on the ball with everything. Like he was a chef, and like great job. Looked after like how many students, like thousands of students, night and day, like serving food out. Tough job, but he was always had a smile on his face. Like he could be at the end of the day going in, he'd always, like, he actually knew a lot of names. Like he knew my name, stuff like that. Like it was great. There was other chefs, like other people then that like they wouldn't really bat an eyelid at you, And
makes
you'd
a
go in
difference.
for him, like
Makes a
you'd go in
difference.
and like you'd be like, oh, what story? He's from Shankill actually.
Mm.
And you'd go in and you'd chat away to him, ask him like, oh, what story? How are you getting on? And that's something that's kind of stuck with me as well. that-
Yeah,
Yeah, so to
That-
bring it back to
that customer service is
exactly,
huge.
so bring it back to the original point. Yeah, that sort of stuff is what mentally drains us, but it's worth it in the rebound. What happens is when they come back. That's kind of that's the most trial we've had. So like that's the hardest stuff. That's the hardest.
Absolutely,
Like, we're doing well financially. We're young, so we have enough energy. We're what we can get up, but it's just I think for me personally, anyway. I don't know about you, but for me personally, it's the mental drain of facing people every day for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Having to talk because it's like we said, it's your face, it's your business.
Yeah. And then I'm going to come back to that because I have another question to add on to that, but that's the last question that I want to ask you. But firstly, coffee shop, retail, section 5, all that, you've got everything covered. That's awesome. But then you're going into schools, and you're in Loretto doing a talk on.
Yeah, we got that was actually got.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard of a coffee company going in to talk to schools.
Yes.
I don't think
Talk to
that's ever
schools
been
and-
heard
Yeah,
of.
yeah, like yeah,
Talk
it
to
was a
schools
weird one.
about
How did that come
climate
about?
change,
Climate
sustainability, and all that sort of.
Yeah,
good
so
stuff.
I got a message off a girl, Hannah.
Yep.
Her name is, I can't say her name, from Loretto. She is on the committee for climate
Green
change
School,
for
yeah.
Green School Committee. So she messaged me, and it was actually on the Friday it was on Friday, the day of the climate strike.
Yeah.
So she was asking us to come up at about like 1:30, and we were going to close early that day anyway.
Yeah.
Just to walk out to show her the support for the
Solar
strike.
strikers.
And yeah, so we went up. We didn't really like. It was the first thing we did. Like we didn't know what we were
this
doing.
is the first time we've done anything like this.
Yeah.
Which
But,
was interesting.
how
Like
was that,
Given,
talking about-
I've given presentations in college,
Yeah,
same
but,
as
like,
yourself,
Nothing like that.
but nothing like that because it's like, oh my god, I'm giving them like our take and
Yeah.
our ideas and ideologies and our ethos, and we're telling young people this, like we're influencing. We could potentially influence and change their lives by some of the stuff that we say.
Yeah.
What we've learned.
Yeah.
We're telling them this, so it was quite.
It was good. It was brilliant. Like I was nervous. Anyway.
I was nervous, yeah.
Yeah. But we went in. We did our best. We learned a lot after. We said,
Yeah.
we do this, change this.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
would have loved to have a proper
structure.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
Even in our head, not even laid out and not even on a screen, just some sort of structure and some sort of order. We just kind of rambled on for a while, but it was.
I think we got to where we needed to get with them.
Yeah.
We they threw questions at us. We threw things at them. Like we covered everything, not in the most straightforward way, but like we'll learn from that if we ever
good
get a chance to go again.
But that's
and then when we came out of it, it was like, thank God we did it. Like this is what is needed. You need to like educate the next generation. You need to like reach out to the younger, the youth, because essentially they are the future, and they'll have to pick up for some of the mistakes of our parents.
Oh no, we
And
never.
like my parents, the older generation, like there's only so much you can tell them. Like they just
they really don't want to.
They really don't want to know. They don't want to change.
Yeah.
Like they really don't. They don't. They see it as something that's not an issue, where it's the most serious issue that there's ever
Of our
been
time, I think,
of our time. And it's like looked upon like if there was a war, it would be huge. It'd be all over the papers. It would be on the news, covered 24/7 by every news broadcast. But it's not. It's a weird one. Like it's actually it's strange that it's not, and that we like that's failing us.
Yeah.
Whereas so like whereas we can kind of go and like do our bit, like even today we're looking at like getting rid of the cars, getting like an electric van, and we are actually just to do our little bit more. Like there's plenty of more we can do and we will do. If we had a good bit of money, we could do a lot more. So as our money grows, we're going to invest more and more and more.
Yeah.
And hopefully then like cut down our emissions, cut down our waste in this shop and in our next future plans as well. Like because we are businessmen at the end of the day, and we want to create businesses for ourselves. There's 3 of us in it, so we need to create more and more, and we enjoy it.
Yes.
But we also don't want to leave an impact on what we're doing. Like
that's one of the reasons why I decided I wanted to start looking into this more for myself. For gyms, and turns out we're doing pretty solid in regards to electricity. But there's a lot of stuff I still can change, and I'm going to change. But like as you said, like I've never heard of 3 guys from a coffee shop go and talk to a school. That is something that is very unique and if you start doing that more and more, like you're going to get around. Like we do workshops with schools. I've helped exercise over 500 kids in a day, long day. It was great. But that's the stuff, like, you know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to impact the generation of obese kids that we're seeing, because the obesity
we're
rate
on the rise,
is
aren't we, in Ireland? Obesity epidemic.
1 in 5. 1 in 5
5,
kids.
yeah.
1 in 4, 1 in 5 has type 2 diabetes, which is self-inflicted diabetes. That's, to me, heartbreaking. Child abuse to a point.
It's child abuse,
because
absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, I have a 3-year-old, and it's like, well, you're not getting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then what's he gonna do? He's gonna have to stop, but like, fair enough. Like,
I'd rather him not have type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's something that gets me big time with the likes of McDonald's and stuff like that. You're giving that to your child.
Just processed food.
Processed food. Yeah.
You know, I get. No, I was like, oh, when I have a kid, I'm gonna do this. You know, when I had a kid, I was like, okay, I now understand a lot of parents. Like, well, they do get this and they do get that.
Yeah.
If it's every day, it's not a treat. It's every day. A treat is something you get rarely. That's the definition of treating yourself. Like, I don't go out and buy fancy stuff all the time. I treat myself to something when like we hit targets in the gym and stuff like that. Then we'll go and do certain things with the coaches and stuff. But yeah, moving on coming to the last question, and then if there's anything else you just want to kind of say. So you're open 3 months. And as I always say, it's the evil plan, because every business owner ends up being the evil guy in regards to wanting to take over the world. Yeah. And obviously I'm only messing when I say evil. But where would you like to see Catalyst as a franchise, as a bigger brand, bigger shop, or?
No, I'm going to answer it. That it's the complete flip of what you said, the evil business.
Yeah.
I really want Catalyst to get its hand into every sort of thing it can get into, and then run it in an environmentally conscious and eco-friendly, sustainable fashion.
Yes.
We've come in, we've done a takeaway coffee shop as sustainable and environmentally friendly as we can. There's a lot we need to do. There's a lot more we need to work out. There's still the issue of plastic packaging in the food we order in, but that's going to get sorted. Like, we will come to that. So ideally, I want the brand Catalyst to just show the world that we can do what we're doing right now in a way that doesn't have such a horrible impact on our. So even if we set up a bar, or like a bar, a wine bar, we'll do it.
The same principles.
Same principles.
Absolutely.
Community building, environmentally friendly, good service, good product, like all this. Want to bring these principles, the ethos of Catalyst, everywhere again, and get our fingers into everything.
Into everything.
Just to show the world that this is possible. This is possible.
Because there's always going to be, like we've said as well, hopefully more specialty coffee shops open in Bray. Will bring more people into Bray, keep us on our toes, and hopefully they come in and they actually can't like serve out bad say
they can't afford to do it.
Stuff like that. Like, their takeaway packaging has to become possible. Hopefully they overtake us on stuff, and we might then learn from them. We can overtake them again, and we can just all kind of bang it out together, grow together, and hopefully down the line every coffee shop is really, really low waste, because it's doable. The more that do it, like the compostable cups, the more the people that use them, the lower they are going to go in price. And
simple,
just simple stuff like that. Like, it's
the very name Catalyst in science is to like initiate and drive a reaction in the body. So that's what we are trying to do in society, trying to initiate this change to more progressive ideas, sustainability. Like veganism, plant-based diet, like even CBD. We sell CBD in the shop. We'll get into all that sort of stuff. But that's what we want to be, and you can literally apply that ethos and that name to any other business.
I forgot to mention vegan friendly. There is a Catalyst gym in America, a weightlifting gym. Sorry.
Do one over.
There's a few Catalyst coffee shops.
There's a few Catalyst. There's a Catalyst coffee in London actually.
Okay. Send them a message.
Well, say nothing.
But that's
vegan friendly.
Friendly. I remember you. So, but one of the things that, like, when I wrote the mission statement for FSM, and it's always been the same since I started in fitness, is to impact as many people as possible through fitness, because that's where I geek out. That's my thing.
That's your
passion, that would be kind of like what you said. I want to impact as many things as possible through our method and with your ethos, which is, I think, is if your company does that, and then what we're trying to do is make people healthier and educate them. So I don't want people to be coming to my gym for 3-4 hours a day. I want them to come for their hour max.
Yeah.
And outside, climb a tree, run, do
Great,
like
yeah.
Bray
Yeah.
is like Bray Head. Like I want
Yeah.
to promote outdoor living, as unfortunately people's lifestyles, they don't do it.
And
Yeah.
we could get into so much of this. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
just cautious of time right now. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
guys, firstly, thank you for having me down here in
Thank
this
you.
our cool coffee shop. Guys, if you're listening to this and you've never been to Catalyst on the Florence Road, you need to get down here and have a coffee or a vegan treat. Or I only drink Americanos. Actually, I did have a cortado here.
You did?
once. Lee called it a cartato.
yeah, that's it. Give one of those potatoes there.
But guys, is there anything you have upcoming you want people to know about, or
Yeah, actually, on the first.
Yeah, the 5th of October. Isn't that the first weekend of October?
No.
What are you saying, the gig?
First. Oh well, the gig. Yeah, we have the
We have a
gig.
gig.
on-
Well, yeah, like I
the
said, we
gig.
do gigs down here.
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, on the 5th of October, we're going to have a gig. Now, for anyone listening, the place is tiny, so I don't know how to explain to you, but it's real
gets
good
warm.
crack. It gets
Good
hot,
crack.
but no, it's real good fun because it gets real intimate and
Yeah.
the music's really
Nice.
good. And people can sprawl out on the road, have a beer, have a talk, have a chat with people.
Yeah.
and
We don't
just
sell
meet new
beer.
people. We do not sell beer. We do not sell alcohol.
It's free.
It's free.
Yeah, and we have actually our first trailer is
Right, so yeah, we didn't mention this, but
Yeah.
we've converted a horse box trailer into like
Okay.
a mobile coffee unit.
Coffee
Again,
unit.
try to run it as sustainably as possible.
that's
All
why
that
we're
good
getting the
stuff.
electric fan, and we've also invested in a few other things. Like we're getting second-hand machines, second-hand gear for it. We bought the used horse box. We tried to use what we had to
Yep.
put
Yeah,
into it.
so whatever
tools
that,
and all.
our first kind of event with that, hopefully, now this is
Yeah,
weird,
hopefully,
we have to
yeah.
cut this one out.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully will be the Harbour Bar Toasty Festival.
Okay.
So we'll
On
be
the
down there.
1st of November.
Pop down there, get a toasty,
Yeah.
have a chat with us, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Drink some good coffee, enjoy
Yeah.
some good food.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank Buzz.
Big
Guys, everything will be we're gonna put the links to the guys' Instagram on the show notes on YouTube, on Podbean, and now Spotify. And
Yes, sir.
we will be releasing our actual Live Live Play podcast Instagram next week, because we didn't put one up. I'm gonna start releasing them because it's gone through my personal page. So guys, yeah, like I said, all the links to their Instagram. If you want to check out Catalyst, come down, meet Luke Ross and Nathan when he's better. And guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Leave us a positive comment and tell all your friends about the Live Live Play podcast. All right, we are out.
Woo.